Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin in Tucson, Arizona. Thanks for joining me today for a special little look-in video here. I better make that not crooked so the OCD people can survive the video. And those of you who don't like things not being straight, it's going to get worse. So here we go. This video specifically is about 8 coins that are all in PCI holders. PCI is a company that was kind of late 90s, early 2000. And this one's kind of fascinating. So all of these coins here, I'm going to ask you your opinion on what I should do with them. They are, what are we going to say? Interesting? As always, like, share, subscribe, do the YouTube. If any coins are available for sale, well, just go to oldpueblocoin.com. How's that? This particular coin is an 1885 Carson City. And it's very interesting. They have it graded 95% white MS61. So I don't know what chemical was in PCI holders, but you're about to see something a little bit on the consistent side. And I think one of the things that you run into with these is during this time period, coins were dipped like crazy. And dipping is a process, chemical process like a jewelry cleaner that takes toning off of silver. And it's something we saw a ton of in the 90s. And that is why this label says 95% white, because a majority of these coins, it was so popular to have white coins that the labels would talk about it. Interestingly enough, this coin actually says that it's a dimple, and the coin looks like a dimple. So this coin is one that my gut is to go ahead and crack this bad boy out. Get it in a good holder, get it conserved, and go on. All right, next up we have an 1889 O. This is a better date. This is another coin that is 75% white, MS64 PQ. This is a coin that's really tough to get in higher grades. And it has just this haziness going on the obverse. And overall, it's a pretty good looking coin. Underneath all that toning and beyond all those scratches on the plastic, but once again, this is a coin that I think was probably dipped. This weird tone that these coins have, to me, a lot of it comes from the fact that they were dipped. So I'm not sure that I could crack these out and even send them in and get them in straight grade holders. So up next is this 99O, another 95% white coin. So the toning on this one gets to be pretty cool. It's iridescent on both sides. And I guess maybe the temptation is to crack this out and submit it as is somewhere else. So for options, I said, what would you do? Obviously, you can keep something in a holder. You can crack it out and get it conserved. You can go ahead and crack it out and submit it somewhere else and not conserve it. You can send it in the holder for another company to do a crossover. The only company that will take these coins as a crossover would be PCGS. This one, I'm not 100% sure it would straight grade. I mean, the toning is cool on that section. The part that I worry about straight grading has to do with the haze and whether or not it's kind of like, is that PVC-ish? Do we take a shot on just sending that guy out the way it is? One of the things that I liked that PCI did, and actually Annex did this for a while, NGC did this for a while too, is if a coin was damaged or would have an extra superlative on it about a scratch or something, they used a red label. NGC did this a while with a purple label. And so this one says that it is scratch damage, of course, which means we should be able to locate the scratch and see it in theory. We'll take a closer look here. Yeah, I'm seeing lines that I'm not sure are scratches or not. That line up there looks like it could be a scratch. And the lines on the front, I didn't see anything that looked like a scratch. I saw some stuff that looked like a die crack, like that. It looks like a die crack. So I'm going to get a closer look at this under some different lighting and see if I can figure out if and that's a scratch or not. Right now, this line at the top also, at a quick glance up close, looked like a die crack. I got a second red label here on this 1885. This is 85 Philly. Also with some of the iridescent toning to it. In this particular coin, they called MS64 cleaned. How's that? So they actually called it cleaned and gave it a mint state 64. That's not how they do things today, boys and girls. Also, how about the mintage of an 1885? No one's ever told me that it had a 17, 787, 767. That's a lot of sevens. That's a lot of sevens. All right, I got a few more coins to consider. Once again, we get into the toner area here on this MS65 95% white semi-PL 81S with a mintage of 12,760,000 coins. And the coin looks like this. It's wild. It's got this white splash. It looks like it's got that color and tone. That's actually a really good look at what the coin looks like in hand. And on the obverse too, this one doesn't look as hazy as that first one did, but I still have my doubts that these things will straight grade the way the iridescence is. But I'm leaning towards trying to get those two straight graded, not doing anything to them. The 85cc, I'm leaning towards getting it conserved and or conserving it myself. So this one has, unfortunately, the stuff on here starts to look kind of thick and heavy. Let's get a closer look. You can see that other stuff that was kind of like a haze. This almost looks like rust on top of the coin. So like this looks like it's heavier and thicker. So it looks and feels like, that'll leave a mark, right? If you try to take off any of that stuff. Once again, it has the cool iridescent toning. Also, this one's different. This one actually said that it was 75% toned. So part of me wants to take at least a couple of these coins and see what conservation can do. Also, the reverse is not attractive. One of my newest pet peeves, I didn't realize it was one until very recently, is that almost any coin that has any type of toning at all now, when I go to a show, toning, look at the toning. And it's like, that's like, seriously? It's like all the labels, just labels, lots of labels, folks. Last but not least, this 80S, which was a 64 PQ 95% white. And this one, I think, had maybe the nicest overall look to it, as far as it didn't really look like it had a thick haze to it. It looks like it just has mostly the iridescence, and actually very much so PQ. We did use this company to grade back in the day a handful of times and felt like the grading was very good. And so generally speaking, if you see PCI holders from this time period, you're going to find something similar to what's here. They won't always have this funkadelic toning to it, but lots of times you'll find coins that are accurately graded, if not even market graded to the time period, which means, there's a couple of these here 64s that look and feel like if we do something with them, they might end up being a 65, right? And by do something, I just mean send it in again. I'm still curious about this one here saying scratch. I didn't find a scratch yet. So lots of die cracks, but not scratches. Let's see here. Are you a scratch, little guy? Nope, that's raised. That's a die crack. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for being here today. Let me know in your comments section down below, what do you do with these coins? I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.